Hey, Omega.
Yes.
Do you know what time it is?
Don't know.
It's time for the cave phase!
Your posterior better contact someone at once!
Issues! And today we're going to be playing a game called Alphabet. I don't know why NetJester is setting a timer. We never use it. Please just don't. Just don't. There's no need for that. Alright, so here we go. This week we're going to be playing a game called Alphabet. Here's how it works. Our esteemed panelists will enact a given scene in which each sentence must begin with the subsequent letter of the alphabet, beginning with the letter that I suggest, and the performers or panelists must go through the entire alphabet once. We were going to play scenes from a hat, but no one, absolutely no one, suggested a scene. So here we go with this. The scene you guys will be enacting while playing Alphabet will be a triple threat match between John Cena, Batista, and Randy Orton. Omega BR, you will be randomly Orton. Gunner, you will be Batista, and NetJester, you will be John Cena. And this will be outside of kayfabe, so you're going to be calling the match in the ring, and you must use the subsequent letter of the alphabet in your sentences, starting with the letter L.
Lighten up, John.
Might not.
Now, gentlemen.
Ow! I said lighten up.
Pshaw! I won't lighten up for anyone.
Quickly, let's get this over with.
Run over there. I'll hit Orton with the power bomb.
Seriously? A power bomb? That's all you got?
Too late. I've moved out of the way.
This was a terrible idea. There's no reason for this much pause between...
Underhanded prick.
Oh, why didn't I have you there?
Minus 20 points to NetJester because the letter O does not come.
Why didn't you start your sentence with a V?
Here we
go. Zack Ryder works lighter than you.
Are we stopping?
No. Excuse me, Xavier Woods. I misspoke.
Jesus Christ.
Why do we do this to ourselves?
It's the fucking alphabet, you guys.
Oh, why? Wrong why. Okay. You're serious about this.
Zack Ryder's got more fans than you do.
A little bit of an attitude adjustment.
you were not aware of this? No.
Come on, let's get this thing going.
Duct tape? Are you serious, bro?
Every time you fall for the five-knuckle shuffle.
Fallaway Slam, a move I rarely use or even know what it's called.
God damn it, let's just go to the finish.
How long is this going to go on?
Infinitely.
Just pin him already.
Come on, we can do better than that.
Kill me now, because come on starts with a C and Net Jester. Thank you for ruining yet another game.
Last man standing, once again, Omega VR.
That's right. So here we go, tallying up points. Negative 800 to everyone for mostly not being in character. Negative 10,000 points to Net Jester, because obviously he doesn't know the alphabet. And negative 1,000,000 points to Gunner, because I just don't like the cut of his jib. And it looks like...
You don't even know what a jib is.
Square root of pi, divide by 1,
Would that be
multiply
cherry,
by
apple,
6.5 point. Okay, Omega BR wins with 1 bajillion points. Gunner still in the hole, never been able to get out of it, with negative infinity, and Net Jester, he's just a big fat 0.
Well, that means I'm in between.
So that's it for the kayfabe issues. After that, I'm going to need a drink. And you know what I'm thinking sounds good? You get a little bit of whiskey, and you pour it in a root beer float. Where can we get a root beer float?
I gotta dumb myself down! Here, drive through.
Net Jester, read the ratings.
Alright, and the ratings from last week. Impact, Thursday night's episode of TNA Impact Wrestling, scored a .3 or 1.0 cable rating with 1.164 million viewers. SmackDown, Friday's episode of SmackDown, scored a 2.16 or 2.2 cable rating with 3.14 million viewers. Those numbers are up 5% and 12% respectively from the 2.05 and 2.80 million viewers from the hours respectively. And as for Raw, the hourly breakdown for this week's episode is as follows. Hour 1 at 4.165 million viewers. Hour 2 at 4.676 million viewers, and Hour 3 at 4.265 million viewers.
You ain't good with the ratings, or you ain't good with the birthdays, rather.
That's right, and remember, folks, if there are deceased people in the birthdays, you can tweet them to us or email them or contact us however you like, and there may be a prize if you can tell us who all of the deceased or no longer with us people are in the birthdays list. I'm looking right now. I see a couple. So let's start with the 11th. We got Johnny Fairplay. On the 12th, we have Anarchia, Kenta Kobayashi, Nydia, Nunzio, also known as Little Guido, Explosive Eric Stevens, and Queen Mae Young. On the 13th, we have Akira, or Nogami, and Matt Jackson, also known as Max Buck. On the 14th, we have Brian Wrath Clark and Beulah McGillicuddy. On the 15th, we have the Iron Sheik and Kevin Northcutt. On the 16th, we have Brett DiBiase, Kendone, Why do I not know how to... Anyhow, Henry O. Godwin, also known as Mark Canterbury. And on the 17th, we have Samoa Joe and Test. We should have went for pizza instead.
Ken Doane. You know who Ken Doane is.
I do know who Ken Doane is, and you ever just have one of those moments where you just, like, totally net jester?
I do not condone your pronunciation.
I fucking hate you for making me giggle at that.
That was good.
That doesn't the last show ever.
And now it is time for This Week in Wrestling with Omega BR.
Yes, This Week in Wrestling History. Second 1986 for future Japanese wrestling legends Riki Chozu and Mitsuharu Misawa meet in a singles match for the first time during All Japan's show at Budokan Hall in Tokyo. Chozu defeats Misawa, who at the time was wrestling as Tiger Mask number 2. Jump to 1991, where Rick and Scott Steiner defeat Michael Hayes and Jimmy Garvin to become the NWA World Tag Team Champions in Montgomery, Alabama at a TV taping. During the title reign, the titles would become known as the WCW World Tag Team Championship. Belts would actually change hands before Garvin and Hayes would win them from Doom on a WCW pay-per-view, meaning the Freebirds had a negative number title reign. And in 2006, WWE announced the following, that they had come to terms on the releases of the following talents: Ascarita Sagrada Suki, Equino Violencia, Octagon Cito, Piratita Morgan, and Super Porky, those who made up the SmackDown Juniors division. And WWE, of course, wished them all the best in their future endeavors. And that was This Week in Wrestling History. Remember them, the Juniors division.
Alright, now it's time for some Happy Trails. Happy Trails to Gunner, who did not write any Happy Trails this week, and is now fired.
We wish you all the best.
Thank God you released me.
Happy Trails to Stacey Keeble's new marriage, which I'm betting will end in about 8 weeks' time. As is standard for Hollywood quickie weddings.
Oh, okay. I thought there was a wrestling joke in there somewhere.
Happy Trails to all of our negative expectations toward WrestleMania, because everything's going to be okay because Daniel Bryan's going to beat Triple H. But guys? Right, guys? Right.
I think so.
Let's see where it goes.
I think he will, but I think he'll lose the main event.
Well, before we get there, let's take some match suggestions. Jester, what should we watch this week in wrestling?
Unfortunately, I haven't seen too much. You know, the most I've seen was, to tell you the truth, Lockdown. I didn't think Lethal Lockdown was too terrible, but if you're in a mind for a little something decent and don't mind having your intelligence insulted and want to know who this Willow is, since he's obviously not being played by Warwick Davis, the Lethal Lockdown. See if you like it.
Yoga, what should we watch this week in wrestling?
How about that AJ and Natalia match that was on, it's Tuesday, so that's main event, right?
Yeah,
that was tonight, and I don't think any of us saw it yet.
It was good. I didn't get to watch the whole thing, but, I mean, AJ and Natalia in the ring, how can you go wrong?
Omega, what should we watch this week in wrestling?
Mentioning WCW brings back memories of all their wacky characters, including Berlin, one of my favorites, who I remember was supposed to debut at a pay-per-view but didn't. So they actually did the match the next night on Nitro, and I believe that match was Berlin versus Buff Bagwell, who is making quite a career for himself as a gigolo currently. So that would be nice. That could be nice. Go look up that Nitro. I think it was in 98 or 99.
He's just a buffalo, and everywhere he goes, women, or at least we think it's women, know the part he's playing.
NetJester, I like you a little more for referencing one of my favorite Van Halen songs.
I thought that was David Lee Roth, not Van Halen.
And now I hate you more for correcting me and being right.
1999 Living Dangerously DVD versus Jerry Lynn. That's my match. Go watch it. You gotta watch the Living Dangerously one, or you can watch the one from Hardcore Heaven. Alright, so that's it for We'll Get Serious. I'm Gunner. That's Omega. You can go check us out on smartsnark.com. We have all of our podcasts there. It's on our Spreaker page, which we broadcast from every Tuesday night at 9 o'clock, ideally speaking. I know we haven't been lately because of certain technical glitches in our lives that have been screwing things up, but we try to stay as consistent as possible. So if you're interested in finding out more, we have a Facebook and a Twitter, facebook.com/smartsnark, twitter.com/smartsnark. On the Twitter, Yankum and myself sometimes, when I remember, watch Raw and pay-per-views live and tweet there. And you can check us out. You can also email us, smartsnark@gmail.com, if you are an aspiring wrestler or a promoter who would like to get a little exposure for your company. Alright, guys. So, thank you all for listening, and we appreciate it. One more thing. Zack Ryder is making a resurgence. Watch his Last Resort video, and since we're all big Zack Ryder fans here. So, take care, and spike your hair.
Woo, woo, woo.
Hey, we only did this in an hour.
Good night, Montgomery.